The last video that I want to show and go through with you is how to fix problems when problems occur. Some of the basics of where to go, how to change some things, and just general fix-it. So when you create a website, if you have a small problem, what I would consider a grammatical problem, maybe you forgot to put a picture on, maybe you forgot to put a hyperlink on, a small problem, those things can be found under this edit page. And we've been using that quite a bit so far as we've been creating our website, and you're very familiar with that. Make sure when you're in edit page, you always save the page before you leave it. That way you don't end up with a ton of drafts. But if you have a big problem, a problem that can't be solved underneath this edit piece, you're going to want to go to this cog looking piece. This is where I would say the fix-its are for bigger problems. And so if you click on this, here are some things that you need to do or need to know about. First of all, if I come into this cog looking piece, the first thing I could do is I can manage the site. Now if I go to manage site, there's some basics here. Number one, when you first named your website, if you made a mistake, this is where you change it. You can't change it in the edit mode. You have to change it over here. So that's one place that you might need. Another thing, if you need to delete your entire website, that's found right here. Now, if you delete your entire website, you need to be aware that typically it takes 24 to 48 hours for that website to be removed. And during that time, you cannot use this same name under the same domain. Our domain is gsgvschool.org. And so if you delete your site, you just need to know that you will not be able to use the same name. You're going to have to come up with something different because it takes, like I said, that 48 hours to delete. Additionally, underneath here, other things you may want to know about or things you may need. Sharings and permissions. This is where you can share your website with different pieces. You're going to want to share this with me. Please make sure before you turn it in that you share it with me. You could do that down in this area. My address, kimwhitehouse@gsgvschool.org. Additionally, underneath here, themes, colors, and fonts, this is where when you first created your website, you chose a theme. This is where you could change it if you later on decide you don't like that theme. So you could come in here and you could choose a different theme. Maybe I choose parchment. And it'll give you a preview. You could say yes or no if you like that. There are other things that you can do in here with color and images. There's some things over here that you can take a look at and customize if you would like. And then of course, you want to make sure you save this. You do have to save. If you don't save it, it will not hold through. So you want to make sure you save it. And then once it saves, you can see up here it says your changes have been saved. Notice it does not change back to the other part. To get back, you do not want to use this back arrow. Do not use that back arrow. You want to use this arrow right here, stay safe. And if you click on that, it'll bring you back to your original page. Another thing that you may want to do is if you go to this cog, there are some other things once you're on your other pages. You can move a page. Let's say you accidentally put the page in the wrong location. You could go to Move Page and then hit the plus button here and choose where you want to put it on your website and hit Move. So that's one thing. Also, let's say you just started this page and you realize you put it in the wrong place. You just want to get rid of it. If you click here, you could go to Delete Page. That is just going to delete this one page. It's not going to delete your whole website, just the page that you're clicked on. So that can also be helpful, especially if you're just starting a page and you realize you put it in the wrong spot. Sometimes just deleting the page and recreating it can be easier than trying to move it, depending on how far along you are on creating that web page. So in here, again, some easy things to look at. Lots of times you'll be finding yourself going to move page, delete page, or coming down to manage site. Those are very common for people to go to underneath this cog area.